Will dissolving the Special Anti-Robbery Squad help this issue?
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a very valid question. And personally, I do not subscribe to the people who say just disband SARS.
Okay.
But certainly we have a problem. And it gets back to, though it's not related to the question you asked me, when you give somebody power, you need to have checks and balances. A policeman or any type of security man should understand that he's working for the citizens. Yes, SARS have done a lot of work. They have done a lot of work. It's not all bad story. They have cracked some cases, but certainly you see it's a psyche. It's a training thing. It's even lack of professionalism.
Do you think he made this statement over the, in ceaseless killings and attack on innocent lives?
Yeah, there is that. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying, when you say, okay, well, you replace us with what? You replace them with what? You don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Certainly there's problem with SARS, the way they operate, their mindset, but then it's not only SARS. In all honesty, if you ask me, we have this mindset that once you give a Nigerian uniform and you give him, a weapon to stand on the road, he automatically becomes a monster on the streets. He believes he's above other citizens. That is the problem. That is the mindset that we need to rather than saying close SARS. Because, okay, like for us, again, to the IGP, with due respect, I think also what he's doing is a knee-jerk approach. He is reacting to pressures on him. Stop searching on the road. But these searches, have they not produced some good things in the long run? So when you say now, this is good news, again, to people who carry arms, people who carry human heads, people who, because they say no searches on the road. So the idea, is to find a way of checking the power of the corporal, the sergeant, the inspector, who was sent on one highway so that he does not go and become a law on himself. It is a changing with mindset, it's a changing with training, it's a change in professionalism. The police have to be very, very proud. The policing profession is a very, very proud profession. And also, what I don't like about the SARS or any other thing, I don't subscribe to the idea of a policeman, no matter the importance of the work if he's doing, of wearing jeans or wearing singlet and wearing slippers. With a lot of people on it, you have to show us wherever you're at work. I think you should come out as a policeman.
We have been campaigning for reformation, now reforming this whole SARS thing. But now the federal government not sincere on SARS. Statement according to Falana. What is your take on this?
I missed the Falana statement, but I know about the campaign against SARS. Again, there people could go to the extreme. Because I think I read this morning, maybe even one SARS policeman was attacked and killed. I don't know how to, I've not verified, but I saw it flashing on the headline. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, if a citizen has to, protest something, or especially against security agencies, and then you meet a security agency that is holding an arm, and you want to advance towards him in a very menacing manner, you have to remember that security agency he also has the right to self-defense. As you approach, it is up to him. It's not any lawyer that will tell him. It's up to him to decide, is this guy too close for comfort? Is my life at risk? Is the life of my colleagues at risk? If he makes that judgment, he is right to fire you. So people, while demonstrating against us, I do not support, again, going to the extreme, so much so that, because no security man will allow you to come and seize his weapon. You get the point? The law does not say because you're a security man, you should wait until somebody hits you. It's a judgment that only the policeman or the security man on the road will decide. This guy is approaching me. At a certain distance, I can stand. If he moves too close, if I say, look, it's like there is danger, I will shout. If he doesn't stop, I will shoot.
Talking about safety and danger, a few days ago, during an Instagram live chat, we have a musician by name Naira Marley. His name is Aziz Fashola. He had an Instagram live chat with Frank Mbar. And then Frank Mbar advised Nigerians to take video recordings of SARS operatives, now I'm quoting his word, who abuse their fundamental human rights as long as it is safe to do so. Now my question is this, how safe is this?
I like that he added that. Again, to be honest with you, sometimes even using your phone, a security man can harass you, even if you are not even snapping him. So honestly, a very dangerous enterprise to say you are going to, because, and why is it that? It could be for security, it could be for a valid reason. For security reason, are you an enemy trying to fire this? But then, let's be honest with ourselves, in most cases, the people on the beat are either collecting bribe or extorting people. So when you bring a camera or you bring a phone that you want to snap, automatically the man is on edge and he's going to. So yes, he said it, but the practicality of that, all the videos, we have videos coming up, but they have been taken at great risks. So I wouldn't advise. I would advise for a citizen to stand by his right, but again, I wouldn't advise you to be foolhardy, because when the guy will beat the living daylights out of you, Frank Mba will be many thousands of kilometers away.
Now, Frank Mba has actually said SARS cannot be scrapped. And a lot of youth have actually taken to the streets, demanding that there should be an end to SARS platform and all of that. Now, what is your take on this, or what is your thoughts on this? Knowing fully well that SARS cannot be scrapped, but then can it even be reformed to the point that the youth will be satisfied with it?
Well, the problem, again, when you talk of reforming, honestly, I think it's not even the SARS, they are part of police. The reformation is police. Honest, as a retired military officer, it pains me, you know, with the training I receive with the countries I go, I continue to see. Look, in fact, if there is no war, a policeman is more important than a military man, because he's all over the place. It's a very proud profession. But I don't know where the Nigerian police lost it. Is it because people enter the work, they don't have any option, they just enter?
Do you think they're underpaid, or they are overwhelmed with work?
Underpaid, they are not probably, I'm not saying their pay is that fantastic, but they are not the least paid people. But you know what I am saying? A uniform representing an institution should make you proud. You should think of things I shouldn't do and things I should do. It may not have to do with pay. I think it's just a mindset. The police have to find a way of inculcating pride to a policeman, that I'm a proud policeman. In other countries, a sergeant living in an area in this Gorimpa, everybody will know him.
What do you think is actually the anger of the youth taking to the streets? What do you think is their main anger?
Well, some of the anger is against the generalization is that youths, that is as the story goes, youths are the targeted because the SARS are going for people who does Yahoo. Is not a 54-year-old man like me that does Yahoo. It's the 20s, 80s, and you know. So they said Yahoo. I mean, SARS are targeting specifically the age. Again, we cannot deny, yes, among that age group, you have the Yahoo boys. So now what we have people demonstrating are the Yahoo boys, and also those who are doing out of sympathy. I'm a young man. They said they're arresting young people and collecting their distance, but both the good and the bad are out there in the street. Now,
what SARS became was a national scourge, that a witch hunt machinery against Nigerian youth with dreadlocks, ear-piercing cars, like expensive cars, phones, and risque means of expression. Meaning, once you're perceived as this, then you're being arrested. And even when you're trying to claim, oh no, I'm not this, and then you get pushed into the van and then you're taken off. And sometimes it ends very disastrous.
Yes, I am against profiling. They said that anybody with, even though that I don't do dreadlocks, but I wouldn't just say because somebody is having dreadlocks, or he has pierced his ears, or a man is wearing a ring.
Now, do you think the Nigerian police force should teach the Nigerian police operatives how to know one who is actually in such line, either in cyber theftery or something close to that, or even armed robbery? Because they're looking at a youth, you cannot just judge.
This is what I'm saying is the issue of profiling. They should be told that profiling is not allowed in law enforcement. You don't just say a person with such and such, any person with such and such characteristic is just a criminal. It's not done. It's only investigation that will, on the other hand, you could find somebody properly dressed, but he's a criminal. So it's not profiling is not good. Profiling is not good. That's what they said the SARS are doing. Profiling is not good.
How can they get better in that aspect?
Again, training and mindset. Training and training and training. Issue of police profiling people. Profiling is, in fact, profiling became a problem in the anti-terrorism fight. There were times that if you have certain characteristics, whether it is religion, or you come from one region or whatever, or you have a certain name, that is profiling. And even advanced countries that are fighting it. You don't just take some characteristics and say automatically the person that has such characteristics is a criminal. It's not good.
Now, on a lighter note, according to Reno Omokri, he says, since SARS operatives, I'm quoting his words, since SARS operatives already know how to terrorize, they would be able to fight Boko Haram terrorists. We must not wait until rich kids or powerful kids are killed. The units today morphed into oppressing Nigerian masses who strive every day for a better life. Now, what is your thoughts on this?
Well, you know, when such a thing, when issue comes, everybody wants his, voice to be heard, to express his views. But I listened this morning. I think I heard the police spokesman saying that SARS. That's one of the reasons he gave. Though I am not saying I will not go. Again, I will not agree with him that SARS cannot be disbanded. Anything can be disbanded by government, but I don't think it's a good idea. Because what if we replace it with another and then there's a problem? The problem is to clamp on people. You understand? You might as well then move to say even scrap the police after SARS. So scrapping is not it. He said one of the reasons that SARS cannot be scrapped is because they are taking part in the operation. So he has probably answered, what's his name? Reno Omokri. Yes, he said SARS are also doing the operation in the Northeast. That not being withstanding, let them stop, profiling people based on certain identities, and at the same time, they should stop taking the laws into their hands. The policeman is a policeman. You are not a law unto yourself. Whether you are in the darkest corner doing police duty, you should remember that you are operating under the law. That's what we don't see. You take a sergeant to some 2 kilometers out of town, he comes and becomes a king in that place. You know, that is...
Okay, now, according to Kamil Gbajabiamila, he said the new legislation will hold erring members of the Nigerian police force to account for their conduct in performance of their duty. Now, what's your take on this? Both imposed on civil-military relations.
Well, I think, again, to be fair to the police or to be fair to Nigeria as a country, prosecuting police people who have erred is not a new thing. So there's nothing new in that law. What they should be looking at is training, is equipping, is numbers of the police. That's what should be looking at. They have been prosecuting people, but obviously, like I said, there is this mindset in the police. The police authorities have to find a way.
Their mindset should be renewed.
It should be renewed. It should be worked on.
Not
you should not.
Yes,
I mean, I don't want to believe any responsible policeman is not happy with the negative impression that the police.
Over the years now, Group Captain, do you think that the Nigerian police have not been working on their policemen?
They have not been. Why do I say so? Despite the fact that the police have denied it, but I think I can say there's a loop. You know what I'm saying? There is that missing internal discipline. Once a policeman is not in a police station before his DPO, he's out there. He forgets that he's a law enforcement officer. He does whatever he wants. How many times have we heard? Not even this IGP. An IGP will come and say, if it becomes even a ritual. The first tweet, the IGP will say, I have disbanded all checkpoints all over. As he's talking, one driver is being stopped at a checkpoint. So this is what I'm saying, the lack of distribution. You are expecting that when the IGP says something, but unfortunately, that's not how the police works. That's not how the police works.
All right, on this note, we appreciate your insight, Group Captain Shehu Sadiq of the Nigerian Air Force. Our guest is still very much in the studio to discuss the South-South operation and then armed forces. That's the operation in Delta. That's the operation Delta Sales. Do well to join us after this break. We'll be right back.